Most people just don't know this whole part of myself that's important to me, and so it's difficult to kind of be quiet on some things, not make comments, or just kind of not be able to really be myself as a whole in front of everyone. I just feel like we don't know everything about homosexuality. I feel like there's more to it than saying, oh, it's wrong and we just have to follow that for all eternity. I have very strong convictions in my beliefs about homosexuality in relation to God and the church, and I know for myself that I feel very comfortable with God, and I know that there's a more depth to it, and so I feel like people who are straight might have a hard time kind of seeing that from our perspective, and seeing how it's tough to be told over and over and over, oh, it's unnatural, it's never going to change, it's set this way. But we have, like you mentioned, the Articles of Faith, we have part of one of them that says, we believe that God has yet to reveal many great and important things pertaining to the kingdom of God. And so I think that can apply to many issues in the church that we're facing today. And it was tough hearing the talk, Elder Oaks. It was hard, it hurt, but I still have that hope that it can change, and I know that I just know that we don't know everything, and I have a strong belief that we're going to learn more things and that things can change in the future.
How was your parents' reactions to that?
So my parents have actually known that I've been attracted to guys since I was, because I had a very open relationship with them, and so I went to them about it when I first figured it out, and I was terrified and scared of this thing that I felt was wrong, and I hated it about myself, and I went through years of denying it and not wanting it anymore. And they were pretty cool with it, and I had kind of accepted myself as bisexual actually before I came here. But after a lot of introspection, I've kind of figured out that that's not exactly my identity, that I do identify as gay, and that being with a woman honestly wouldn't make me as happy as I would being with a man, and that's not the kind of relationship I want to pursue. And so kind of getting to that point and saying I actually want to move forward with this was a shock to my parents. And they're struggling right now. They're struggling to kind of fit it into their worldview and to fully accept me, but they are trying, and they do love me, and what's great is that my mom has told me multiple times that she wants to get to a place of better acceptance, and she wants to reach a point where she can fully embrace me and my future partner. And so it gives me a lot of hope to know that they're willing to work with me, and I know that it's just going to be a process for both of us. We both have to learn I have to learn how to accept that some people might actually take time to accept this about myself when I'm wanting them just to say, okay, that's great, and move on. And then they are going to have to learn how to accept me fully for who I am, which is a struggle for anyone that might learn that about me. So yeah, it's definitely been a journey with my parents, but it is overall positive. My mom was having a really hard time because, she wants this eternal family, and she loves me, and she wants to be a part of that family. So there's a fear for her of me kind of going against this, what's supposed to be the doctrine, and not exactly complying to it. And so there's a fear for her that that maybe I might not be with them in the eternities. And so it's definitely a tough thing for them. I wouldn't say I've lost friends. I've been pretty selective with the people I come out to, but for the most part, they've been supportive. Members in the church, friends that I have that are in the church, they can kind of take it a little bit differently. You know, I came out to a friend and instantly, before even asking like what my plans, you know, going forward being gay, he already was, you know, saying, oh, I can't support, you know, decisions you're going to make in your life, which, you know, hearing that from multiple people does hurt a lot. The idea of love the sinner, hate the sin. And a lot of people, you know, that we're brought up to say that and as acceptable as, you know, this is just a way to accept everyone. But it actually, when that's said to me, and I didn't realize it until I actually was told that it does hurt. It does, I feel like it sort of invalidates a big part of me saying, oh, you know, I love you, but your lifestyle, you know, whatever that means, isn't valid. It's not right. You know, the way you love isn't real or okay or, you know, any of that.
Yeah.
And so it does hurt to hear that a lot. And so that's been the struggle with coming out to members of the church, because you know, they're taught to say that. And so that's kind of their first response. And even sometimes without asking what I plan to do with, you know, my sexuality. So, but overall, you know, my friends have had a very, very positive response. Even members of the church, some have just totally accepted it. So, it's been pretty good overall. And my response to that question might change, you know, when I come out to everyone, because I'm sure there's going to be people that are, you know, going to reject me and not be friends with me anymore, which is okay, because the people I really want to stay friends with are going to be the ones that, you know, love me and support me.
Support you
So,
for who you are and
yeah.
what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
What were your reactions to Elder Woodruff's talk?
Elder Woodruff's talk,
Welcome
yeah.
you in.
I had a very positive reaction to it. I just thinking about it afterwards kind of made me tear up, because there's a lot of negativity towards, you know, being gay in the church, and so to have one of the highest leaders say, we want you to stay here, we want you here, you know, we need you, please stay, there is a place for you, was incredibly uplifting and empowering, because you know, sometimes it doesn't feel like there's a place for me. It doesn't feel like there's always a place for me in the church. And so it was incredibly uplifting and positive to hear those words from, you know, a member of the 12. And so, I mean, sorry, member of the First Presidency.
No, you're fine.
And that sort of feedback was how it was felt across the whole, whether it be LGBTQ people that I'm friends with or feminists friends, any group of people that can feel marginalized by the church. That was an incredible message. And one of my friends, I was talking to them, and I agree, it almost felt like he was talking to us personally, you know, those who are feeling like they're being pushed out of the church, and hurting because of that. And so it was incredible to have someone welcome us in and say, we want you here.